We will now look at techniques that we can use to explore our data and extract information from our data. So I'm going to add data here in the select data folder in the tutorials folder, and I'm going to add activity mines, rivers, and let's add vegetation as well. Let's add those 3 layers there. Okay, so the first thing that we do obviously when we explore our data is zoom in, zoom out, see what the spatial data is all about, what we can see, and open the attribute tables, right? So we can open the attribute table, we can see in this mine data set we've got some idea of what is being mined where, we've got an idea of the status of the mine, the size of it, there's some category name, the name of the mine. Okay, so we've got some information about this mine. Okay, but let's now say we want to use the size classification to only work with the mines or see how many mines are 3 or 4, class the size 3 or 4. So we can either do that by opening the attribute table and sorting the data, but that's actually an ineffective way to do this, and it can take a lot of time and we can make mistakes. So the best way to do it is to use our selection options. So there are 2 ways in which we can do selections in ArcMap. Select by attribute, and this means do a selection based on the descriptive information that we have for our features, or we can use select by location. And here we use the spatial information to make a selection. So I'm going to click on select by attributes, and this tool now asks me a number of things. The first thing it asks me is, what is the layer that you want to work with? Okay, when we just open the attribute table for active mines, so I'm going to use active mines. I want to work with active mines, and let's say we looked at the size thing here. Alright, so I want to select all mines that has a size of, let's say, bigger than 3. Okay, so here you have equal, bigger than, smaller than, bigger than, equal, and equal, smaller than, and equal. So these are the basic logical rules that you can apply when you want to make a selection. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say select everything that is bigger than 3. So apply. Okay, and see what happens. Immediately all the mines, if I open the attribute table here, all the mines that has a size of bigger than 3 is selected, right? You see that, so everything is 4. But what happens if I change that to bigger and equal? Okay, more of them are selected. If I open the attribute table here, okay, you can see it's 3 and 4 that are selected. But let's say I'm only interested in mines that are either 2 or 3. Okay, so then what I want to do is I want to select those mines that are 2 or the size equals 4. And you see the selection changes. If I open the attribute table again and we go to our selected features, we'll see only ones with a 4 or 2 is selected. Okay, and very important, this is now a numerical field that I use to do this selection. Okay, so there's a rule here. When I use numerical values, you can just write the value 2, 3, 4, 5, or you can say get unique values, and it lists all the values that's available, and you can double click them and add them in this way. Okay, but you just simply write the values. When we use text, it's going to look a bit different. I'm going to show you that now. Okay, but the first thing I just want to cover here, so this is a basic selection method. You always have to specify the field by double clicking it there, and you have to say it's equal then, in case of numerical values, bigger than, smaller than, etc., a specified value. If there's a second condition that you want to meet, you have to add either an or an and, or one of these other ones here, and then again specify the field and what it should entail. So if I were to say and here, okay, and I'm creating a new selection, what would happen? nothing is selected. Why is that? That's because one of these mines can't be both 2 and 4 at the same time. Okay, they're either 2, 3, 4, or 1 for that matter. Okay, they're either one of these. They can't be 2 and 4 at the same time. So nothing would be selected. So and would mean they need to meet both conditions. Or would mean they should meet one of the 2 conditions that I specify. But when I use and, what I can do, I can say it should be a size 2 mine, and it should, let's say, go to this com1 field, should equal, let's see what's available to us. Okay, so let's select gold and say apply. Okay, and what happened now? Now we see that our mine selected. If I open it, I can see in this com1 field everything is AU. In my size field everything is a value of 2. So they are both size 2 and AU, so both conditions are met. Alright, so I can use and to select points or features based on multiple attributes, and I can add more here and more here, and I can add ors and ands and different fields. What I want you to note now is in terms of a text field, you see it's written differently. Okay, so for a numerical field we just write it as it is. Okay, but a text field we have to approach differently. So the best way to do that is to use the get unique values feature and just double click the one that you want to select. So that will ensure that you don't make mistakes most of the time. But in many cases for numerical fields, let's say you have these were towns and they all had a different population number, and you just wanted to know which towns have more than 20,000 people, you would say whatever the applicable field will be, bigger than or equal than 20,000. Okay, and that would automatically select those towns that have a population of larger than 20,000. Alright, so up to this stage we only use the method known as create a new selection. So if I click here, we also have other options: add to current selection, remove from current selection, select from current selection. Okay, so I've selected now all the mines, that's a size 2, and com1 is AU gold. Okay, so those are the ones I selected. But let's say I want to take this further now. I want to, from these selected mines, so only from these that are highlighted in blue, I want to now go a bit further and enhance my selection. What I can now do is, let's say from these selected mines, the second, maybe that stands for commodity, I'm not sure, com2, something else that's being extracted there should be, okay, let's use AG, which is silver. Okay, so now I'm selecting within active mines from the current selection only the highlighted ones, those that in the field com2 specifies that they also extract silver there. I'm going to say apply. Okay, now you see my selection is less. So if I open the attribute table again, okay, now I can see we've got gold, we've got silver, and they are all size 2. This could have been done in one step, you know, by writing and. So it would have been size equals 2 and com1 equals AU and com2 equals AG. So that would have given me the same result. I just want to show you what this will do to your selection. So you need to be sure that you select the correct method here. Add to current selection would mean I have the selection now, but let's add to this selection those mines, you know, all the mines, let's say, that have gold in the com2 field. Okay, so those are kept and we've added a few more. Okay, so that's what that would do. Remove from current selection. Let's remove all the mines that's got gold in com2. And now they're gone again. Okay, so just ensure that you understand what these different methods do. Create a new selection will always make it start from scratch. Let's keep this same. Query, apply. Okay, so everything disappears except those two. That's got called in the COM2 field. Okay, so that's the basic steps of doing selections. So you've got equal, then bigger than, smaller than, not equal to. You've got and or. Those are the ones that you will mostly use. You need to ensure that you specify the field that you are selecting from. You need to ensure that you specify the selection method that you're using, and that you use the correct syntax in terms of the way it should be written. So the easiest way, the safest way, is to use the double click features, and double click, get the unique values that you want to use, and write your queries in those ways. Another important thing, if you would use and or, you need to, after the and, always specify again what's the field that you're going to work with. Okay, so you need to build your, so it's not COM2 equals CA and or, let's give an example. So commodity 2 equals, this is going to give me an error. Okay, it's not going to work. I need to specify COM2 again, and then it can make the selection. Okay, so those are the basic syntax rules that you need to be aware of when you use the select by attributes. Okay, so this is a basic explanation of this tool. So what I would propose now is that you'd pause on the videos and go back to your software and play around with the select by attributes tool in ArcMap using this data.